Hello everybody, my name is Jagiero and welcome back to episode 66 of Jagiland. On the last episode, I can't find the right button, there we go. On the last episode, I started working on this marvellous monstrosity, this church or cathedral. I honestly don't know which. People have said that the scale is actually big enough to be a cathedral. I just don't know if it's going to be, what's the word? Flamboyant enough to be a cathedral. I think it's more just going to be quite a simple build, he says, as he shows off all the styling on the side. It's fine. Okay, so another thing that was mentioned, the window is not quite right. Put it that way. That was it's not quite right. It's a little weirdly shaped. The top, who asked? It's either I'm about or Alex. I don't know which. Okay, you guys fight among yourself. It's fine. It needs to be a little more pointy, and I think you're actually right. I do think you're right. And then it was also suggested that I could have, I think like a central stone column was suggested, but I'm actually going to go a little bit further than that and add in a little more extra detail. So let's get up there. Want that one there. Where's my shovel? Thank you. Okay. So let's get up there and do a little bit of detailing, just to make a few little changes up here. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this. In fact, just all of that. Okay, and I'm gonna go for those, and then a bit of that action, and then we'll have hopefully, I think 7 for a column. I don't know. Let's get up there first. Okay, so we'll technically have a central column as well, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to separate it into an arch this way, then down into the column, and then an arch from this point to the column as well. So I think that's going to work out quite nice. Okay, so we should be going from... I do. Okay, from there, and then let's just follow this pattern. This function of being able to middle click and just grab the block out of your inventory is absolutely amazing for survival. It's so good. So glad they added that. I got some interesting feedback about the textures. Apparently they are actually possibly changing some of the ones they've done already, which is that's quick, but at least I think it means that they are following, you know, feedback from people. Okay, fine. Where is it? Where is it in my inventory? Cobble, thank you. Yeah, so that's, I mean, that's definitely a good thing in my eyes, so, you know, I can't complain at that. Can I just, if you just heard my phone, of course my phone's going off in a Jagiland episode. That was actually my girlfriend talking about the latest Game of Thrones episode, which was amazing. I don't know if I've even mentioned how much I love Game of Thrones. I really love it. So good. So good. Okay, a bit aggressive. Like, no, what's going on here? Oh, I broke it. How have I broke this? I've just done it in creative and it worked perfectly. It didn't. It actually didn't. Damn it. Okay, it's fine. Okay, so I actually moved this one a bit lower, which is a little bit confusing. I don't know how I've managed that, but apparently I did. You there. That's still not working out. Okay. Change this to andesite instead. I mean, this is, you know, it doesn't match the side columns, but, oh, they have the slabs in anyway, so it wouldn't. It's fine. It's all fine. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat that on the other side, and then also, which one is it? Thank you. Also, dig out that one. Wait. Oh, yeah, I still haven't got a silk touch pickaxe again. It's fine. Okay, and then just mirror that there. So let me just show you what that looks like, since I've waffled on far too long. As per... back in a moment. Okay, so I've just done a little bit of work on that, and yeah, so some of you may have noticed that I accidentally put a chisel stone brick in there. It should have been a polished andesite. I've added that now and added this little detail onto there, which I like. I've lifted the top point of the actual, just the whole window, because it was flat across there. Now I've lifted it. Those 3 blocks there I've lifted there, which I think looks a lot nicer. It was looking a little bit like an egg before, but it's okay. It's fine. And I've added in this, just filled in some space here, and I'm trying to bring the depth sort of out again, so it now curves this way and up. Yeah, I like that. I think this works. It deviates slightly from what I had in creative, but that's okay. That's sort of the definition of dynamic creative process or something. I don't know, just throwing buzzwords at you. I've used the light blue glass here. I think it does look a little bit boring, in all honesty, so I may add some different colours there. I don't know whether to do like a pattern or just do it random. I don't know. I think in Newton Heath, on the church there, I did just like random, didn't I? I think. I can't really remember. But anyway, what I've got to do today is the main thing that I want to get completed today is this whole side. This whole section here, all the way across. I think that'll be a good goal for today. So what's going to happen here is going to have a roof going down there, a sloping, just like a gradual slope across there, and then it's going to go straight across here. Okay, and then it's going to be the entranceway in here. Now it's not going to be a particularly fancy entranceway. It'll literally just be like an alcove with a door in it, and then the actual main entrance, sort of fancy entrance, is actually going to be on this end between the 2 sort of towers. That doesn't really work for this area because there's like nothing leading to it. You know, there's nothing in this area to lead to it. But you know, that's okay. It's fine. There's some sheep. That counts, right? Okay. One thing to point out. I just want to go over here for 1 second. The edge of it, these oak logs here, you'll notice they are perfectly straight up, and that's not particularly creative. It's a little bit boring, quite frankly, and I think for the 2 towers at the end, I will deviate from that. I will probably do them straight up and then go in a block and straight up again, something like that, or maybe, you know, in and then out again. I don't know. I haven't actually worked on that in creative just yet. But let me just prepare a few more blocks and sort of piece together some ideas I had for this section, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so as you can see, I've just detailed up this side a little bit and started introducing the roof section. And the top, really, I haven't done too much detail work. I've actually just sort of thrown in some random blocks, and you know, I've changed a couple of these little slabs to stairs, just to throw a bit of fun in there, I guess. No real reason. You can see I've alternated between using the iron bars at the top and also the cobblestone walls, again, just for a little extra detail. And yeah, pretty much it. I've had a few little oak fences here just to break it up a bit, and I honestly don't know if that really works. You know, if you look at the whole view of them, this colour is a little bit strange, so I might change them out at a later time. As you can see over here, all I've done really is just extended the full roof and nothing else. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to work on the entranceway, and it's going to be quite understated, like I mentioned before, and I don't know if it's going to be enough. I think it might be too understated, but I'm going to go for it anyway and just, you know, decide eventually if I've got it right or wrong. Might work, it might not. I don't know how high that's supposed to be. Let's just do it to there for now. Okay, so we have the set of the outer pillars, and then we're going to have a set of inner pillars as well. Can I put them in now? Yeah, let's go for it. Oh god, the inventory is looking pretty horrific. I think I've gone for the standard column that I've been using. So let's go for that. Okay, so polished andesite, cobble, what? How? Double slabs. Okay, chisel stone brick, like so, and hopefully that's correct. I think so. And the same again on the other side. Alrighty, like so. So you can see I've narrowed it sort of one block, to one block and then to 3 blocks in the middle, and I'm going to narrow it even more by having a second set of pillars there. And this is just to frame the doorway. What can we go for that one? Should we make it quite plain? Yeah, I think so. So we'll go for some... Where are they? Some cracked stone bricks. I've used this quite a lot in it, just because it's quite a structural block. It looks pretty solid, but still has that extra cracked detail in it. And I just like the look of that. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, so we're going to go for cracked andesite, smooth stone, and then polished andesite. Now, I don't tend to use smooth stone next to polished andesite. I would rather use regular andesite next to polished andesite, but let's just try it. Let's just see what it looks like. Okay, yeah. Now, let me just talk about something. Arcus. Arcus is quite a well-known Minecraft builder. His YouTube following is not as big as some, but he's part of the Minecraft group, and his builds are pretty amazing and often insane, and he uses a lot of smooth stone. It's very strange to see that he gets a ridiculous amount of detail out of smooth stone. It's really, really just such a great thing to see when he uses it. And all he does essentially, he does very tall, sort of, I'm going to say Gothic style. I don't know if that's quite right, but sort of tall castle type buildings, and he uses columns of smooth stone with with stairs on top of them, and it just, I don't know how he does it, but they always look amazing. And I've tried to replicate it a few times and just failed miserably, but it is a style that I would like to keep trying at some point on another build, another project for the future, I guess. Okay, so this is basically going to be the entranceway here. We're going to have a door here. And what we can do for that, I like to use stairs above a door. And I think we'll end up with a 3-block gap. Yeah. Should I do a window? No, let's break it up. Let's break it up. Okay, so we'll have a window there, and then at the top, who knows? Oh, let's mirror this. Let's go for the stairs then. Yeah, I think that can work. I think that'd be quite cool, actually. In fact, let's put the actual glass in. I know I said I'm going to use different colours maybe later on, but we'll just use this for now. Okay, yeah. I mean, as long as I detail the sort of outer bits, I think that could look quite cool. In fact, let's just throw in a few details. All I'm using for details is the good old combination of cobblestone walls and fences. And I've done that in the wrong place. Yes. Yes, I have. Okay, very simple, but it's just a very effective detail that I've used quite often around this area. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I need to find a way to link this to the roof. I haven't built that at all in creative yet, but I need to find out sort of how these pillars go and things like that, so I'll work on that and get back to you. Okay, so I've just linked up this section to the roof, and I'm just putting in the struts, and that's wrong right there. Has to go there. Thank you very much, Jag. And the roof is nothing spectacular, just something I've used before, and I use it because it's actually quite effective. You get 3 of these slabs, 1, 2, 3, and then place another slab in the middle for the actual roof. So these act as the support struts. Now, one thing I noticed when I was down on the floor, down on the ground, this is actually looking a little bit plain. So what I would like to do is I don't want to do too many changes to to add too many details, even though this is already like an over detail style build. You know, I don't want to break it up too much, but what I would like to do is, so we go 1, 2, 3, and there'll be a support strut here. Now this one, instead of being the cobble that we've used, this is actually going to be stone brick slab. Have I got enough of those? I have. Very good. Oh, how can I place this? I can't from here, but that's fine. And that's my phone going off again. Is my girlfriend talking about Jon Snow again? I'm not a jealous guy, honest, but damn it. Okay, so yeah, so it just breaks it up just by changing the blocks of the support struts, and I'm going to do that again. 1, 2, 3. Here, I'm going to use these smooth stone slabs. This is for the middle support, right? Yeah, so we have another support. 1, 2, 3. Right there. I'm going to go back to the stone brick slab. Okay, so just changing the blocks around, actually, it enhances the build. It adds detail without going too far. What? Hello? Just... Thank you. I think my mouse scroll wheel might be acting up. I've actually just had my microphone disconnect a couple of times, which is exactly what you want when you're about to record. Oh, God. Okay, so that should be like that, and then I'll just fill in this. For there, why not? You, sir, are going to have to go. Oh, there's nothing behind you. That's fine. And then obviously there was like a half a block gap under there that we'll have to find some creative way to hide on the actual inside, I've no doubt, but that's okay. Now I want to use these cobblestone walls, but again, I don't want to use them too frequently, so I'm only going to use them on the actual cobblestone supports. Like so. So let's go take a look at that from the ground. Now, obviously, I've got to fill in all this, but yeah, you can just see, just by changing the blocks, it adds so much difference. Yeah, I like it already. I have no idea how I'm going to link this section to the upper parts of this just yet, but, you know, I'm sure it'll happen in some fantastical organic way. And again, just in this section here, I've just changed up the block. I usually use the cobblestone stairs. I've just changed it to that. So that's essentially just a way to keep things fresh in the build and not too stale and not too symmetrical and boring. Yeah. Okay, so let me get up the top here. And I might as well do this on camera while I've got you guys here. What I'd like to do, we've used this before where you join the sections with the smooth stone slabs and put that there. And then normally that would go on top there, but I'm actually going to change that, I think. Yeah, we can link it to the strut. Will this actually work there? It will. Okay. Okay. And then what we can do is get some cobblestone walls. Okay, I'll use iron bars on this side and then cobblestone walls on this side. Hello? There we go. Okay, and then behind this, we can just add a row of just, I don't know, even like random blocks. So what have I used over here? So I've used the chisel stone bricks above the stairs. So I might as well carry on with that pattern as well. Okay, I mean, it's going to be quite difficult for me to get behind there, but from this point of view anyway. But yeah, I think this is going to work out quite well. In fact, let's actually go up. Can I get to it from there? Well, that was just a waste of my time. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on joining up this top section with this roof and probably fill in these windows as well. Alright guys, so I have filled in the majority of this section. This section, I actually think I'm finished. I'm just looking around for little details that I can add. And you know what? Something that I like to do, when I have a double slab of these, the smooth stone slabs, what I would like to do is just shove a load of buttons on them. Stone buttons, ideally, because obviously they fit a little bit better. But yeah, I do think that adds a lot. I really do. It actually creates a kind of an interesting sort of image with this line going through it as well. I like that. All right, so that's something I will try to remember to do for the rest of the build. Wherever I see the double slabs, I will probably forget. No doubt. Okay, so I'll just do that for now, because you get the idea. And yeah, I really, really like this. I've actually deviated a little bit from what I had in creative, but again, that's something that's fine to do if it improves the build, and I think it has. Alright, this is cool. Alright, so all I want to do now is... Oh, no, first I want to mention I have gone around this corner and I've actually built up this window, and the other side has 2 windows. Now, what I think is going to happen here is I think this is probably a good point to start, you know, this side tower. I don't really have any sort of clue of the size. I haven't built this before or anything, so I don't know quite how it's going to work, but I think this is probably just the best idea for a starting position. Now, I can either use a column of logs and then, you know, begin the next column here, or I can do the next column literally where these logs are instead. So I have a couple of options for shifting things about, and I do think that's important, especially when you haven't actually built it in creative first. That you have some way to just shift things, ideally 1 block to the side, just so that you can line things up better with things like the roof and interiors. You know, you have the option to change positions of certain sections. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is I'm actually just going to finish off the roof, and then I want to take a look at this from a slightly different angle after that. Okay, so some of you will know where I am right now, and some of you will not. This is actually inside the watchtower, and it just reminded me of an experience I had recently. When I was on holiday, we actually visited an actual castle, a real castle, that it had this spiral staircase going all the way up to the top, where you could walk along the ramparts, I guess, where like the sentries would walk along and stuff. It's a really interesting experience, a really cool castle, quite well preserved for what was actually there. It was actually, I'm not going to look. Which way is it? Which way can I look? Which is safe? This way safe. Okay, it wasn't actually like a really sort of detailed castle or anything, but it was actually quite surprising how simple it was. But yeah, just walking up the spiral staircase really reminded me of that, because it took. Well, it took a few minutes to get up to the top. It was quite an exhausting journey to the top. But anyway, the reason I'm up here in the watchtower is, you just saw a little sneak peek of it over there. This is so I can get the better view of this. I said church. I think I may say cathedral, because it's looking pretty damn big. I think the scale is probably right for a cathedral. I think that even the detail might end up actually being pretty flamboyant. I think it could work for an actual cathedral, so I'm going to go with it. This is looking cool, right? Look how well it sort of ties in the area. Like, that was just space there that had nothing going on it. I really like this. This is cool. What I'm actually going to do at some point, I'm actually going to I'm going to build some more of these market stalls around this area as well. And the path, or not the path, but the ground here where it's all gravel and cobble and andesite, I may change that. I think I may do something different with that, because I don't like the look of it. I think it meshes in with the paths too much. So yeah, I think I'll change that. But anyway, this is looking really cool, guys. Yeah. Okay, I'm really glad I actually finally started this build at last. Wow. Alright, so let me just take a trip down there. Have I run out of rockets? I've put them somewhere, haven't I? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Let's glide. Actually works out quite well. Okay, so I've actually put the door in and everything. I don't know if I even showed you the finished detail of linking up this door section. Again, it's not particularly, what's the word? I don't know. It's not particularly ostentatious. It's just very simple, just a simple door. But it works, and it will work further down the line when we have the more flamboyant and detailed door on this side, which again doesn't make much sense, but that's okay. That's fine. I can deal with it. All right, guys. So this is actually the point where I'm at in the creative build. I haven't built the rest of it at all. So yeah, the next couple of videos are going to be quite painful for me, I imagine. But I'm actually really looking forward to this, and like I said, I'm really glad that I actually started this build. All right, guys. I'm afraid I've actually run out of time for today. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, leave a comment, and if you'd like to see more, click the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.